the ball, catches the ball right inside, right on the numbers again, quickly gets up the field, gets hit by Ellis right in the smush that time above the shoulder pads, but they don't call it. There you see him again coming across the middle, right on the money. A beautiful throw by Hogeboom, and he gets up the field, finally hit by Ellis.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 5:56 to go. Penalty markers fly all over the place. Mike Renfro came into the ball game having caught 4 passes. The penalties against Dallas in the first 2 games. He has caught 4 in this one. Other scores. The Steelers lead the Rams 24-14. Rams playing without Ferragamo with a broken finger. Jeff Kemp, the quarterback, and San Diego over Houston by a wide margin in the 4th quarter. Legal procedure against the Cowboys. 1st and 15.
And Howard Richards now is playing left tackle instead of Pozderic for the Cowboys.
In motion is Cosby. Draw play to Springs, breaks one, gets up to the 35-yard line. Jerry Robinson makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and about 10 for the Cowboys. The clock continues to run. 5:35 remaining now. Cowboys last year swept the Eagles for the first time that they swept Philadelphia since '78. 49ers defeat the New Orleans Saints 30-20, so the 49ers remain unbeaten at 3-0.
They were very impressive in their win over the Washington Redskins earlier in the week, and they evidently were good again today.
They had a big lead, a 17-0, lost the lead, and then came back. 2nd and 10. And now the Cowboys are going to call a timeout. It is their first timeout, so each team has called 2. Or called 1 and have 2 remaining. So with 5:07 here, leading 23-17, that much time remaining.
Big responsibility for the defense. They have to do something, make something happen on defense. And also with their specialties.
Hogeboom in trouble, gets away, but not
fumble.
Jody Schultz, a fumble, and the Cowboys recover. And that could have been a close call. It was Doug Cosby who recovered, and it was Jody Schultz who knocked the ball away.
Jody Schultz comes in from the backside, number 53. Watch him. He'll come into the picture. There he comes. Ken Clark had the first shot, number 71, but it missed him. Jody Clark made the hit, and he almost lost possession of the football. That was kind of a big play that we were talking about that the Philadelphia Eagles defense had to make.
3rd down and 10. They called it an incomplete pass, apparently. They said that he was in the passing motion. So an incomplete pass for Hogeboom, 3rd and 10. Now, I can't pronounce his name. There he's going to go deep for Renfro, and good pressure by the likes of Harvey Armstrong and Greg Brown inside. Renfro, the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down, and the Eagles holding again on defense. Their defense has been terrific here in the 2nd half.
They really have done an outstanding job. They really have. It's a very well-disciplined defense. You know, they stay at home, they play the positions, they don't over-respond or overreact, and that's why it was so surprising to see that flea flicker work as well as they do. It did, because normally they don't take the bait for that kind of a play.
Danny White, whose job now is to be the kicker. Until further notice, gets off a high kick. Evan Cooper down there. They called a fair catch, and the ball goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Next Saturday, we have a good one for you on CBS Sports, college football. 1st down and 10. By the way, that game starts 3:30 Eastern next Saturday on CBS. Mike Quick comes out to the left. Jaworski hit a dry spot early in the ball game, and now back into it at the 34.
They're playing with 2 tight ends.
Cab and Spagnola going way back. Pressure by Danny White, and off the hands of Michael Haddix, incomplete. Randy White was chasing Ron Jaworski into the goalpost practically. 4:39 remaining in the ball game. And the Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining. So do the Cowboys, but the Eagles are trailing right now. Is this possession the key possession for them?
I think it's a very important possession. They still have plenty of time. It all depends what they do defensively. If they cough it up here and they have to kick again, it all depends on how well they do defensively to get the ball back one more time.
They've done well, but how long can they keep going to that well? Second down 10 at the 34-yard line. Here's a blitz. Jaworski, and it was Michael Downs that came on in. It'll be an incompleted pass. Jaworski got rid of it in a hurry. Cowboys are claiming that he got rid of it to avoid the rush.
Michael Downs, look, he gets right through the gap between the center and the guard. Nobody there to block him. No chance whatsoever to make the completion. It was lucky he got rid of the ball like he did.
Third down and 10.
That's why it's so very important to change the rhythm of the count so that the defense can't get a jump. You have to keep going on quick counts, 1, 2, 3. We used to keep track of that on the sideline just to make sure that we didn't get in a rut and call the play in the same signal.
Third and 10 in the 34. This crowd quiet most of the day, cheering for the Dallas defense. With 4:36 showing, Jaworski back, pressure. The pass is incomplete. It got to Kenny Jackson, but Ron Fellows was right behind him. They were going for Jackson in the first down, but it's incomplete, and Mike Horan will come in to punt.
Kenny Jackson should have made the catch. It went right through his hands that time. He started to come back for the ball. Had he come back a little bit more for the ball, he would have had a better opportunity, but in spite of that, he still should have made the catch.
Horan will kick, and Gary Allen will be deep for the Dallas Cowboys. It's Jaworski who's going to have to learn to be patient with the rookie Kenny Jackson, the #1 draft pick from Penn State. He's got good talent, but not there yet.
And the defense now has a lot of pressure on them. They have to make something happen here to stop us so they can get the ball back for their offense.
Good high kick. Moran's been punting well today, and a fair catch at the 16-yard line. A 49-yard punt. Let's talk about the Giants in Tampa Bay at the Meadowlands. The NFL today starts it off. Here's Ron Springs. Backs his way up to the 22-yard line. Clock becomes a factor now. 4:15 and running.
They were keying so strongly on Dorsett that time that they overran the play, and Springs popped through there for a bigger gain than they expected.
Now what the Eagles want to do here is tighten up their defense so that they don't have to use any more timeouts on defense. Second down and 5. Halftime was 13-10. And here is Ron Springs, who may have a first down. Williams and Griggs make the tackle for Philadelphia. The clock continues to run. And now the clock stops. We'll have a measurement. Tampa Bay came back and beat Detroit. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's a great win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and John McKay. He has to go to the hospital on Tuesday to remove cataracts. And we hope it's not going to be a very serious operation or whatever it is. But he expects to be back next week. But this is a great way for him to leave the squad for a couple of days.
Very close, and it is a first down for the Dallas Cowboys with 3:32 to go. An easy win for the San Diego Chargers. They did not miss Chuck Muncie. 31-14 the score. Final score, San Diego over Houston. 3:31 remaining, and so now the Philadelphia Eagles are looking at the clock and may have to use a timeout or two. Eagles need a touchdown to win.
Look at that.
Hogeboom with pressure, and storming in was Greg Brown along with Dennis Harrison.
He got through there like nobody was there. Nobody touched him.
Hogeboom threw 90 passes in the first 2 games of the season. He has thrown 38 in this game. And the Redskins beat the Giants 30-14. So the Giants are 2-1, and the Redskins are 1-2. The Cardinals are 2-1, and the winner of this game will be 2-1. Second and 10. The ball at the 27. 3:13 to go. Hogeboom putting it up again. This pass is caught by Donley. He goes out of bounds, but the Cowboys have a first down. Herman Edwards defending. An 18-yard gain for the Cowboys and Donley.
Donley gets off the ball with a free release. Inside pressure by the defensive end, 68. throws the ball with plenty of room on Herman Edwards, number 46, who's playing the right cornerback. Yeah, I'm surprised that he's playing as well as he did. He looks like he started very slowly, was a little tentative, but he's got stronger as the game has gone on. And a lot of times, or most people, I should say, before the game didn't expect him to play at all.
And he caught a touchdown pass from Mike Renfro. Tony Dorsett dives to the 45-yard line. Under 3 minutes now remaining in the ball game. The Eagles are trying to stop the Cowboys and save the 2 timeouts for offense. Don't forget, an all-new edition of 60 Minutes follows football, except on the West Coast. Cowboys lead 23-17. Hogeboom with a touchdown pass to Springs, and Renfro to Donley on the flea flicker. Jaworski 2 touchdown passes to Mike Quick. Septien with 3 field goals. Here is Ron Springs off the right side. I'll tell you, Ron Springs has been a money ball carrier in the final minutes of this ball game as he gets into Eagle territory.
Well, they're doing a good job of calling plays because the Eagles really are anticipating Dorsett carrying the ball, and he hasn't gotten the ball. They're giving it to Springs, and Springs is big and he's strong and he's making something happen inside. And one guy just doesn't tackle him. You know, you need a mob to tackle him because he is strong and he weighs about 231.
He has gained 30 yards in 7 carries. The Eagles call a timeout. They are left with 1, so they have to call it on defense here. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Rams going at it at Three River Stadium, and a final score: the Steelers beat the Rams 24-14. David Woodley threw 2 touchdown passes.
And the Rams really have had a difficult time moving the football in all 3 games that they've played.
The Rams and Saints were supposed to be strong challengers for the 49ers in the NFC West, and those teams are struggling, and the 49ers are winging.
There's a long way to go, though. You never know what's going to happen. There we see Marion Campbell on a sideline with Fred Bruni and also Chuck Clausen, all 3 of whom are trying to give instructions to their defense to try to get something big happen so they can get the ball back for the offense.
2:23 to go. The Eagles have always had trouble with the Cowboys here in Texas Stadium. They've only won twice in 13 games here. 3rd down and 5 at the 49. This is a big play. Hogeboom's pass caught at the 39 by Doug Cosby. A 1st down, and these are the kind of backbreaker plays that a team gets off.
Emphasize again, it was a good call, a well-thrown ball because he was low. Here again, in traffic, you want to throw the ball low, so in the event that you don't catch it, it's going to hit the turf and not jump up in the air.
We have our 2-minute warnings in the Eagles.
And then I saw a game with the Giants against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they came back. Kansas City fumbled, and the Giants won a game the same way. So it's crazy. You never know what's going to transpire.
1st and 10 on the 39. Tony Dorsett looking for running room. Joel Williams and Jerry Robinson there, and the Eagles are going to call their last timeout. So the Eagles are out of timeouts with 1:51 showing.
The only chance they got right now, they got to really do a good job of tackling the football. They've got to somehow, some way scrape it loose. That's the only chance they got to get back in it.
2nd down and 6, 1:51 to go. And the last timeout. 2nd and 6. We have seen the Cowboys passing in situations like this.
Yeah, with Tom Landry calling the plays from the sideline, he's unpredictable. But I doubt very much if we'll see him do that now. I think they're going to try to take as much time off the clock as they possibly can.
Ron Springs, not this time, picks up a yard. The clock will continue to run. It'll be 3rd and 6. So the Eagles conceivably would get another shot if they can stop Dallas right here. The Eagles are out of timeouts.
So Dallas is going to take as much time as they possibly can. And
3rd down and 4 for the Cowboys. Well, they came into the ball game, Dallas, with a problem of turnovers. That wasn't a problem today. There have been only 2, and those were interceptions by Jaworski. 3rd down and 4. Here is Tony Dorsett, and stopped short of a 1st down by 3 yards by Greg Brown. And now with less than a minute to go, The Cowboys are going to use up the clock, but there's not enough time for Philadelphia to really get anything going with no timeouts left.
It's all over. And of course, the thing that Dallas did not do today, they did not fumble. In the first 2 games, they lost 7 fumbles. Last year, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, they only had lost 14 fumbles all year long. In 2 games, they lost 7. Today, they haven't lost any at all, I don't think, and as a result, it makes a tremendous difference as far as field position and control is concerned.
25 seconds to go. They're taking their time and may even take a 10-yard penalty or 5-yard penalty, which they are. Delay of the game, so the clock stops with 22 seconds to go. Offensively, the Dallas Cowboys were not as sharp as, not yet sharp, I should say, on the season. They've got a lot of yards, but they weren't as crisp.
No, but here again, talking to Landry yesterday, it's very obvious that he doesn't expect, he'd be surprised if his team really meshes real well until later on the season. He thinks he'll know a lot more about his team and the execution of this team offensively by about the 5th or 6th game.
So he's happy to escape with a victory.
That's all that matters. Just win the game.
It's 4th down. And so the Cowboys are going to run it on 4th down, use up the clock. Now Hogeboom is going to call a timeout.
Can't believe that.
You once had a good line about that when they mic'd you at the Kansas City, Minnesota Super Bowl.
I did? What was it?
I don't recall, but at the time I know it was a good one. You don't think? Yeah. I forget it, but I know at the time I was very amused by it. Don't forget, coming up next, the NFL Today wrap-up show with Dallas scored on a touchdown and maintained the lead, but not a big one.
Now they're a man short. They finally get a man in the game. He'll have to reach. No, very disorganized on that kicking situation. He's going to have to reach for the hip.
Evan Cooper is standing on the 10, and Danny White with a short kick. And Cooper's going to let it bounce at the 5. Steve Diassi, the rookie from Boston College, tries to keep it in, but he can't, and it'll be a touchback. And with 12 seconds to go, it won't be a draw play, will it?
No, I wouldn't think so. They're going to pump it up. Lockhart did not get on the field in time. He did get on the field, but very, very late. Number 56, he was supposed to be on the kicking team and did not get out. I think he thought the game was over.
Many of the fans do as they make their way to the exit. So Jaworski may have, the most two chances to go for long passes and hope for.
Well, he's going to get 3 receivers on one side, keep a tight end on the other, and try the old big bin play, try to get the ball downfield. There's some kind of a play, maybe a tipping play, some kind of a play like that where they would have a chance to still come up with a big shot.
Jaworski going for Woodruff. It's intercepted by Dennis Thurman. Thurman running it back. He'd like to go all the way with it, and he may. Thurman is tackled at the 10-yard line. Tackled at the 10-yard line by Mike Quick. 3rd interception of the ball game for the Cowboys, and the game is over.
Pulled out.